Allen Rio and Chevy.
Propagating truth in a world of lies. You are listening to the JohnAge Project.
Trust no one. Trust no one. Trust no one.
You found it. You're here. You're headlong down the runaway train that is the AnomicAge, and I am your host, JohnAge. Happy to be back with you once again in the wee hours of the AM. Man, I love it. Love being here in the wee hours of the AM. It's sitting at 12:41 Eastern Standard Time, hailing proudly from the coastal plains of the Old North State. I will be your tour guide this evening as we take a somewhat satirical journey down the path of murder, destruction, mayhem, and the extermination of human life on this planet. A forced march into obsolescence thrust upon us by a global, satanic death cult of pedophiles. I was listening to something the other day. It made me think maybe I should rephrase this a little bit. Is it perhaps a Luciferian death cult of pedophiles? Possibly, si. Yo no sé. Perhaps that would be more accurate. Check out AnomicAge.com. If you've not already done so, please like all the likes, subscribe to all the subscriptions. PayPal.me/AnomicAge. Patreon.com/AnomicAge as well. Cash App. Buy me a cup of coffee. Subscribe by email. Link. Free iPhone app. Free Android app. And so much more. It's right there at AnomicAge.com. I'm kind of pumped to be here, and I'm thankful you're here with me in whatever capacity that you might be listening to and or watching this on. Thanks for doing so. I can't underscore this enough. Consider becoming a patron. Make it a one-time donation. I don't care how you do it. But I guarantee you can do it from whatever you happen to be listening to and or watching this on. Please do. It's been a little bit, not too long, but a little bit. And to be real with you, it's just been so stupid out there. I haven't really wanted to dip my toes in the water of nausea to cover any of the tomfoolery, chicanery, and downright stupidity that's been going down in the neighborhood. It's downright stupid out there, folks. It sure is. I don't know which one to tackle first. I don't know whether we want to talk about the excuse me. You can tell it's been a while since I've done a little talking because my voice is a little on the wrong side. Should we talk about the Palantir thing this evening, or should we just jump right into the deep end of the pool and get to the dang right stupid that's going on in the West Coast? Man, I heard from someone over there about 4 days ago. Actually, not in the stuff, as you would probably reference it on the West Coast right now, but in the California part of the world. Let me just put this up. My goodness, I'm talking. You might as well just enjoy the buffet of stupid. This is just a live look at what I'm seeing on my Twitter feed right now. Those are the people I'm following. Giving you a little breakdown. LAPD fall back after firework lands on their position. So what's the real deal, folks? We got Gavin Newsom out there looking like an extra or a body double from American Psycho. We got, what's her name? Karen Bass. She's the mayor of Los Angeles. A female woman of color, so we can't even say anything disparaging or even the least bit disparaging. My gracious goodness sakes alive. If only she had some headgear on, she'd be the protected class of all protected classes. But alas, you're protected enough. Oh boy. So we got that going on. So bottom line is, pretty much on cue, we got the usual suspects of stupid. It's going to be hard to be nice. It really is. Just coming out of the woodwork, you know. I mean, it's as if it was planned this way or something. It seems like it. It was like it was planned this way. What's going on? Everything's fine. La, la, la. Next thing you know, truck tire, right? Possible, see? I don't know, folks. All of a sudden, all around the nation, the youth are getting restless because ICE is deporting illegal people, illegal aliens. I like that better than illegal immigrants. It gives the notion that they're just immigrating here for some illustrious reason other than just sheer destruction of our culture. But that's really what's going down. So we got illegal aliens left, right, and center. Gracious knows how many we got on the border in the country and on the way here. Because we had 4 years of Inspector of Joe Biden, which was really just Barack Obama take 3, you know. But anyway, we had 4 years of that guy. Open border policy upon open border policy. I mean, just goodness gracious sakes alive. It couldn't have been more open, folks. Yeah, there's a joke in there. I'm not going to make it. But anyway, so we had 4 years of that. So there's really no way of knowing what we got in America ahora. We just don't have any idea, folks. Let me run this down for you, though, because this might shake some ice tree. I doubt it. Come on, get over here, you bunch of dirtbags. That's what we need. Aki. So this is a rundown. This is from Fox, so you can take it with a grain of salt if you want to. So this is what we got rundown of the last 3 presidents. We got Biden not even listed because we know he didn't really deport hardly anyone. But this is the big names prior to the Trump regime, take 1. And prior to the never lucid Joe Biden. So that's the numbers there, folks. So Barry Soetoro was actually deporting way more than anybody, you know, in the last 25 years. Barry Soetoro, yeah, that guy. You remember him, first black president. And there's people going, wait a minute, wasn't Bill Clinton the first black president? He was on Arsenio playing the... What was that crud he was playing? The daggum saxophone. Ugh. Anyway, so that's the real, in case you wanted to know the real. But you don't care about that. We want to talk about this. The violence. Let's just roll down. I mean, I'm not even going to pull punches here. I'm just going to show you what's going down. A man is screaming Allah Akbar at the National Guard in Los Angeles. Okay, great. I'm just scrolling down for you so you can just really take it in. I'm not even going to pull anything. Call me still ego. Some more morons out there burning the city down in Los Angeles. Yep. Throwing up gang signs, repping the Bandera de Mexico. Interesante. Así. Gabbing out there taking pictures. Oh, good. Another masked moron. I saw one of those masked morons today, actually. Oh, not that right. It was a COVID run. Sorry. All right, here we go. Federal Detention Center. So basically, in case you missed it, in case you've been living on a rock, Baja La Roca, got a bunch of people protesting because ICE is actually doing their job, you know, once in a while. Broken clock's right twice a day, right? So ICE has actually been doing their job, at least on the low level, in the past couple weeks, maybe. Because all of social media has been aghast with ICE raiding construction sites. ICE is raiding Home Depot parking lots or whatever the freak it is. Oh, it's so terrible. They're separating people from their families. What are we going to do? Construction's going to go under and whatever. Oh, well. Sucks for you. So ICE has been doing their job, and as you might expect, we got the usual lunatics being stupid. It's like they were called upon to do this, doesn't it? Doesn't it seem about like they were called upon to do it? What's that old Albert Pike thing from Morals and Dogma? When you need a hero, we'll supply you a hero. And likewise, when you need a villain, they'll supply you with a villain. And that's just how it works around here. Let's pull this one up because this one's, let me see here. I want to go not there, but right about here. This is from the Hodge twins from the Facebook. So, again, take it with a grain of salt if you want to. El Presidente de Mexico, if necessary, will mobilize. We don't want taxes on readmittance from our fellow countrymen from the U.S. to Mexico. If necesario, we will mobilize. That is the president of Mexico. And I just wanted to show you this lovely lady, because that's her, in case you were wondering. Yeah. Claudia Sheinbaum. Claudia Sheinbaum. I might just leave this right here. Claudia Sheinbaum. Claudia Sheinbaum Pardo was born on 24 June 1962 in Mexico City within a secular Mexican Jewish family. She is the second child of chemist Carlos Sheinbaum Yoshevitz and biologist Annie Pardo Simo. Carlos Sheinbaum was an Ashkenazi of Ashkenazi Jewish descent. His father, Shon Juan Sheinbaum Aramovitz, had immigrated from Lithuania in 1928, becoming a jewelry merchant and a member of the Mexican Communist Party. And Pardo is from a Sephardic Jewish family, arrived in Mexico in 1946, fleeing from persecution of Jews in Bulgaria during World War II. Pardo became the first Sephardic Jewish woman to be an academic at the Institut Politico Nacional. Anyway, I'm sure it's nothing. I'm sure this is just coincidence. Don't you think? Coincidence? I don't know. I don't interpret the tea leaves, but I will pull the tea leaves out of the pot and show them to you. I can tell you that. So do with it what you will. You know, Grandpappy's a commie. Oh, my gracious goodness. Anyway, so that's the president of Mexico that's now calling for mobilization aquí en los Estados Unidos por México. Because after all, you know, we don't want taxes on remittance from our fellow countrymen from the U.S. to Mexico. No. So we don't want that. Instead, we want this. We want riots in the streets. We want these scumbag animals. I can't even be nice. These scumbag animals to assault people in the streets. They're blocking the ICE facility. They've torn up all sorts of police vehicles and ICE vehicles by throwing rocks and other weapons at them. Now, of course, they're taken to the streets with the fireworks. Así, fuegos artificiales en la calle, en la noche, and blowing up more police stuff. Of course, the usual suspects, rioting, breaking into businesses, destroying La Ciudad. Oh, yeah, that's all going on. But that's not enough because now it's starting to ramp up in surprise, surprise, Gomer Pyle Shock 2 in San Francisco. What do you know, folks? Yeah, they're calling, it's a call to arms by Antifa in San Francisco. Yeah. Man, I don't know what the demographic of in San Francisco, but the only thing outnumbering the homosexuals in San Francisco is probably the commies in San Francisco. So this ought to be fun. I mean, it's really sad, folks, but this is really what's going on in your neighborhood to the west, So I suppose Trump is going to call in the National Guard. Well, that's cute. I wonder if they'll actually be armed. Because remember in the Regime 1, he was calling in the National Guard for the border to just look, scary? I don't know. They didn't have ammo in their weapons, so that's kind of a big who gives a turd, Yeah, that was in the Regime 1. He sent a bunch of National Guard troops to the border, but they were unarmed, so we look imperious and spooky with our uniforms on. We'll strut around, maybe. Yes, that's about it, folks. So I really do. I wonder if we're going to see any actual, I don't know, law and order be brought to this smoldering dung pile that is the lower half of San Francisco. I don't know. We'll see, I suppose. I guess it's just a wait and see. We'll wring our hands. We'll gnash our teeth. We'll rend our garments, and we'll just see, I guess, because that's kind of what's going on. Let me see if we got anything else popping up here. Oh, man, I'm just trying to share the highlight reel here. Yeah, I guess it's tens of thousands march against ICE through Los Angeles, demanding an end to the ICE raids and calling for the National Guard to leave the city. Ooh. Okay, so, that's what's going on. Oh, let me see. Laura Loomer identified one of these commie scumbags, a man who threw rocks at federal agents in Los Angeles yesterday. The anti-ICE, pro-illegal alien rally wearing a jersey from a small Hispanic baseball team. Yeah. We've identified that clown. Okay, well, I say we. I guess that's Laura Loomer's identified this clown. Great. She's done the work that nobody could do in the government with all their tens of thousands and millions and whatever. Yeah, I guess it just took some chick with internet access to figure that one out. Whoo, boy. Oh, it's so good, man. Yeah, we got the same old thing here. Sending 2,000 National Guardsmen to amplify the deportation operations. That's cute, folks. I got to say, we're going to need more than that, folks. Going to need a whole lot more than that. It's been an insurrection, the commie trash, the bottom feeder brown shirts and black shirts, the street trash filth, the below room temperature IQ elk have been saying, insurrection, January 6th, all the parroted talking points that have been personified, promulgated, and amplified by the mainstream media, a.k.a. Operation Mockingbird. That's been going on for quite some time. So, that's insurrection-ish. Sure, not at all. But what we're seeing right now is not. And here's a big news flash for you. It's not going to be quelled. It's only going to exacerbate itself and increase exponentially across the cities of Los Estados Unidos. Okay? Newsflash. That's what's going to happen. And, I hate to borrow some lines from Andy Griffith's show, But I think Barn said it best when he asked the rhetorical question of Andy, how do you put out a fire? And Andy said, with a hose. That might be one way of doing it. But if you know the episode like I do, you know that Barn suggested something else. And I'm here to tell you, sadly, but truthfully, short of a no-kidding Christian, Christ-like, Jesus, God, Jehovah intervention here, you're not going to put this out with a hose. I'm just sorry. You're not. We could pray that cooler heads prevail. We can pray that, Allah, taxi driver, a real rain will come and wash all the scum off the street. That would be nice. But I'm sorry to tell you, it's going to take more than 2,000 National Guardsmen. It's not. It's going to take way more than that. I'm sorry. That's just... I'm not going to tell you nor suggest what should be done, but I'm saying that's probably not going to pull it off. That's not going to be how this whole thing goes down. So, my Parthian shot for the evening is buckle up, folks, because it ain't even got hot yet in the summer. But it's about to be one of those hot in the city tonight, or perhaps more to the point, one of those Danzig dirty black summers. I'm pretty sure that's what's up. And we ain't even halfway there. It ain't even really gotten hot yet, folks. It's just gotten hot enough for all the roaches and scum to just come seething out of their little holes for a bit, to wreak havoc and spread some more cheer and love. And in essence, we got a Summer of Rage Take 2. And I just gave you some good stuff from Laura Loomer, but then again, there's the bad. So she's also calling for, this will be a great time for Palantir to swoop in. This is why we need Palantir. We need Palantir. Yeah, we need an even bigger AI-controlled police state. That's what we need. So to me, this whole thing just rings all too reminiscent of 9/11 and COVID. Remember in both of these false flag piles of government-orchestrated doo-doo, we first had the shock and awe. First had the Hegelian dialectic, the problem, the reaction, the solution. Oh, my goodness. There's so many illegals, we don't know what to do. I wish we had some solution. Don't worry, we've got Palantir. Yeah, we've got Peter Thiel. We got J.D. Vance's buddy. We got Trump baby too saying, well, maybe we just need to keep a better eye on you. We got the perfect solution for dear old Mr. and Mrs. American. Turn in your guns. No. Turn over your freedom, your person, your papers, your effects. I guess that's all just up for grabs because it's no longer like we need a warrant, do we? Of course not, because we're in a post-9/11 world, right? Remember that? Post-9/11 world, yeah. That means Patriot Act time. That means no more rights. That means person, papers, and effects are up for grabs. You don't need a warrant anymore. Well, warrantless wiretaps anyone. Remember that? People act like this all just went away. People act like that there are no threat fusion centers that have been collecting your data for decades now. People have become all too comfortable and complacent and very well compliant with the fact that everything that they know, everything that they talk about, everything that they do has been data-based and data-mined by all these lovely little corporations. That's why when you talk about the most random thing in the world, you could talk about cat litter around your phone, your iPod, your iPad, your device, your streaming service, your car, your blender, your talking toilet probably. And before you know it, on every single one of those aforementioned devices and then some, you're going to start seeing ads for cat litter. You're going to start getting telemarketing calls about cat litter, folks. Do you think this is something new? Do you think this Palantir thing is just something different than what's already been around? Well, it's different, all right, but it's really just an extension of the police state that you've already grown accustomed to. Post 9/11 world. We're in a post-COVID world, too, because after all it takes is another government decree for everybody to walk in line 6 feet apart, put on a mask, don't go outside, and I guarantee you the sheeple will fall in line just like always. That's the sick part of it all, folks. That really is the sick part of it all. Oh, man, there's a lovely quote I was trying to find for you. Let me see if I can find it. Oh, well. It's okay. It's all right. I'll find it. We'll talk about it next time. How's that? The sad truth of it all is that this is nothing more than a recreation of what we've seen in the past. That whole Solomon, nothing new under the sun thing has proven itself right again because we are on the precipice of a new false flag. I guarantee you what we're seeing in San Francisco and Los Angeles is just a precursor, a harbinger, and sadly, an omen, however dark you want to make it, of things to come, coming soon to a city near you. Because we can look back and sort of relax and scoff at the idiots in California, but alas, if we are too complacent on the wall, so to speak, as the watchers on the wall, it's going to come knock, knock at your front door. Yeah. That's really what's going down, folks. So make ready for what's coming. I would suggest to make some contingency plans. Have some options in your quiver. Don't leave the house empty-handed. Be prepared for what's coming down, folks. Because they're blocking off freeways. They're taking out police. So that really just means when that happens, we are in a police state. Whether or not you admit it or not, that's what's up. You're on your own. Nobody's coming over the hill. The cavalry ain't coming. The Lone Ranger and Tonto are on break. That ain't happening, folks. That's what's coming down. So if you remember post-Rodney King, when those riots, this nonsensical bunch of bleep happened, you had the Korean grocers. They were pretty much the last people standing defending their businesses because everybody else had turned tail and run. And I'm not suggesting that you do that, but I'm suggesting that's what the Korean grocers did post-Rodney King. Just saying, I don't know if that's the right thing to do or not. But you can't do everything, but you should do something. Be safe out there. I'll be seeing you sooner than later in the AnomicAge. Thank you for being with us tonight. If I don't say this enough, thanks for being with us tonight. Thanks for enjoying this conversation. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I do. I'll try to get back to you in a few because I got a whole lot more things to discuss. Be safe out there. I'll be seeing you sooner than later in the AnomicAge.
Thank you for listening to the AnomicAge, a JohnAge project. For past shows, further info, and to comment, go to AnomicAge.com. That's ANOMICAGE.com. Till next time, thank you for listening to the AnomicAge.
Thank you.